Hello, gorgeous Sagittarius. It's Michelle from The Guided Intuitive. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. So what I'm going to do is do a read for you for the month of January 2019. I hope in the other videos I didn't say 2018, and if I did, I'm just going to have to correct myself. So there you go. So bear with us, especially all of us readers, as we move forward in the month of, in the year of 2019, okay? It's going to take a while for that transition to hit, all right? I remember how you used to write, and I don't use checks a lot now, but you know how you used to write checks and then you used to always put like 2018 and always make those mistakes? I remember doing that a long time. Now we hardly ever use checks anymore, right? So in any event, so welcome to my channel. This is going to be for all, what are we doing here? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as your Venus, Sagittarius. So what I'm going to do is do you and the other person. So we're going to continue that of what we started in December. And the other person could be a significant other. It could be a spouse. It could be, someone, a person of interest. It even could be a family member of some sort. So just keep that in mind. It could very much well be the case. So just note that. Let's see here. If you're not sure on, what your moon, rising, ascendant, or what your Venus signs are, please check the description box below. There is a link that you can plug in your data. And after you click that plug in your data, it'll pop out your astrological chart. If you're not sure of the time of your birth, the exact time, plug in 12 noon, and that will just kick it right out. And then you'll know what other videos to watch and see what resonates with you, especially as it pertains to this series. So that should probably help. And take what does. Hopefully you'll be able to pull out something that does resonate with you. If not, check back a little bit later. Sometimes energies do transcend. So what I might be talking about now may not have come to fruition quite yet, or it may be in someone's past. And so just keep that in mind. So you might want to check back a little later too, okay? Do be sure to check out our shop that's listed in the description box below. There is a link for that. So do check that out as well. I always want to note that. Continue your likes, subscribes, and shares, and note your comments. It helps keep the pulse on keep a pulse on what's happening with all of you as it relates to you, Sagittarius. So I do appreciate that. Okay, so let's go ahead and move forward with this. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and move the camera. And we're going to move it down so you can actually see what's on the board here. All right, so let's get going. So I'm going to do a couple more shuffles here, and we will begin. So what is in store for Sagittarius for the first couple weeks of January? Let's see. Okay, you're working hard. You're working hard. So this talks about in terms of your relationship or in terms of your love life, you're really working hard. You're putting a lot of effort into it. Now, this is an Eight of Pentacles, and the Pentacles talk about a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo type energy. Could be an energy that you're taking on as it relates to your love life and being kind of a little bit more putting all the hard work that it takes, to move that forward a little bit better. But you're working really hard and you're making some great progress. And this is about getting a solid foundation relating to your love life, Sagittarius. So that might be something that you're working on now. It is an 8, so I like to see that. It's beautiful. It's it's that number that's so above is below, and it's very, very helpful. It's using you're using your hard work on the plane below, on the material plane, and doing the work, but you're also using your spirituality as well. And so it's using both, and I think it's really taking that on. So hopefully that as we progress here, we'll see the results here. So you could be working really, really hard in this and take on this Capricorn energy, at this particular moment right now, okay? Or you might even have a Capricorn in your life. But I think that you're really putting in the work for your relationship, quite frankly. Now, there's going to be some things that are hidden, right? So as you move forward and you move forward in your relationship, some things will be hidden. You won't know everything, moving forward. The moon card really talks about that some things might be hidden. It might not be fully seen, right? So that's what this is basically saying. So just keep that in mind. It is a major arcana card. So it is, that water element, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So I'm not sure if you, Sagittarius, are dealing with someone of that sign or you're taking this on, but this really just talks about, at this particular time that it is that there might be some sort of illusion. Something might not appear as it really is or appears to be. Maybe there is some sort of misunderstanding on your part in relationship, or there is a truth that you cannot admit to yourself as you work hard relating to love. So note your comments below. I'd like to see that. Now it could be that there is maybe some mental confusion relating to the hard work that you've been putting in at this time. Maybe some sort of difficult period, but that's what this is saying. So just keep that in mind, okay? Let's continue to move forward and see what we do find. Looks like, oh, yeah, see, we just talked about this, right? You felt like there maybe have been some sort of deception or some sort of illusion. Something's keeping you up at night, Sagittarius. Something is definitely keeping you up at night, okay? So this is like the dark night of the soul, and something is causing anxiety and causing you to keep up at night. Now, this might have to do with an air element. Now, this could be a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. There's been some sort of challenge, struggle, or that type of thing. Or this is a challenge and struggle that you're taking on yourself, okay? So note your comments below. I'd like to find out. But that's what this is saying. So there could be, a change of perception that's going to be necessary after an ending of some sort. But that's what this is telling me, okay? So just keep that in mind. Now, it only gets better from here, right? So I think the beauty of this is that maybe having to look at something in a different way at this particular time. Now, this is a minor arcana card, so just keep that in mind, that you maybe felt that you were maybe stabbed in the back by someone. There's some sort of loss, betrayal, or something like that. But this is really just saying that something is really causing you a heck of a lot of anxiety, okay? And it's a time of darkness for yourself, right? So maybe it's an end of a relationship, as you know it to be at this time. And so you may be going through pain or feeling a grief or loss in that. But this is, the good news is that the Ten of Swords marks a final ordeal. There's no more pain that will come to you from that source anymore. It's at its darkest hour before the dawn. So here is where you're going to experience the full impact of what has happened. But then, it's not going to last forever. So you need to know that. It's not going to last forever. Will it be easy? No, okay? But it does say that there is some sort of ending, but that use that powerful process within you. Remember we talked about using that 8 card above and below. Use your spirituality to transform that negative energy to the power that can be used to learn from your pain, and you can draw wisdom from that as you move forward, okay? So pick yourself off the ground and reflect upon what's happened and why, and learn from this experience, okay? As it relates to love. Note your comments below, guys, because this is all learning experience. So you feel tied up. There's a way that you're looking at something that you can move out of because you're not fully surrounded. You can actually move away from the swords, but it has to do with your emotions and looking at something. Again, an 8 card. Use your spirituality to look at something different. Again, the Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius type energy here. No, this isn't that there. Well, the 8 has to deal with that, but this is an 8 card. When I see the swords, this is the air element, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So I'm not sure, again, if you're dealing with someone of that sign or you're taking this energy on as it relates to yourself. I think you might be taking it on because you're feeling tied up with it, or someone, of that sign. You're feeling really tied up about it, but it's saying that you need to look at something from a different perspective, that you're able to take the blindfold off and think of, well, what if you could look at it this way? What if you could look at it that way? And to find different ways to look at a certain situation, but let the pain move through you and move, get that out, because it's now about transforming that energy or transforming a way of looking at something related to your love life. So how interesting. Yeah, in the past, you either had let down your sword, or there maybe had been some sneaky behavior that had been taking place in the past. And again, a lot of struggle and challenge with this energy. More swords, more air element. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here. So that's quite crazy. What about this other person? What information can we get on this other person here? This other person is looking, is for some reason maybe just moving on and looking at their long-term goal. Now, this is the Wands. This is about passion, desires, and what they want, and they're looking forward to their long terms and what they see. They know that there's going to be struggles within that, but they're looking long term because they've seen a little bit of success coming through here. The Wands represents the Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, that fire element. So they're looking at what they desire in love and looking long term for that. And they want something really good as it relates to love. And then they get the Sun card. Okay, so whomever it is that that's coming through here, this is basically saying is that they're feeling really quite beautiful at this particular time. This is like it's a fire element, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, right? So this very much well could be you that perhaps. They might be feeling good about you. I don't know what this is. Or they're feeling really great and exuberance about their own and taking this energy on, but it's about passion. It is about joy, enlightenment. This also talks about marriage and material happiness, okay? A lot of vitality, right? A lot of vitality in this new beginning, this infant on this new horse is a new beginning, that sun shining all over the place. And the sun is just pouring good vibrations on them in terms of the long-term opportunity. So quite interesting. Any more about this other person that we could get some information on? They want the Ten of Cups. They want the happy ever after, and they want emotional enjoyment, and that's what they're looking for in their life. And that's their focus. So, quite interesting. That's their focus right now. They want that happy ever after, and they have emotional contentment. Okay, that's what they're looking for. And, hoping it could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Person over here that is this is just beautiful joy on this other side here. So I don't know if they're see, in the past there was emotional there was an ending. Okay, so in the past they too, it's just a Sagittarius card, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Maybe in the past, they probably had gone through some sort of breakup with you in the past. But this is what they want. They really want the Ten of Cups with you. And they've gone through some emotional discord. Very upsetting. Could have been a third-party situation. You've got three people here on your side here. I don't know if that was you or the other person. But note your comments below. Quite interesting. Wow, how interesting. But here's the funny thing that it looks like they're victorious with a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or they're taking on that energy, because this is saying victory. Okay, so I don't know if there's victory in their life with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, which could be you. And maybe you cut someone out that was very difficult to go through, and you have a new opportunity with this person. But this person, if they were in a breakup with you, they're feeling a lot more. They're feeling victorious and they feel great, but they're taking on that Sagittarius energy. So I really think that they're feeling victorious and recognized with you. So perhaps this could be a relationship, together here. That might come and take place as well. This is quite interesting. Wow. They're feeling very, very victorious. So that's quite interesting. And on you're looking for justice over here. I had them just pull another card. You want balance and you want justice. So that's what you want in fairness as it relates to a relationship. So just something played a role. There was a decision that came in, that justice came in and took its place in regards to a love situation here. And they balanced the scales out. So whatever happened, there was an ending, and this person's really focused on that new beginning, and you're focusing on justice and balance in the situation, and it comes victorious. So it could be that it ends up, justice steps in and creates an equal balance for both of you. And that's what you were looking for. So let's find out what it is that you would like to say, Sagittarius, to this other person. What would you like to say to this other person coming through here? Okay, let's see what that is. I would love it if we could just be quiet and hold each other. Wow, Sagittarius. There you have it. I don't know if this came up with you guys last month. But perhaps it did. But again, it's really still lingering if that's the case. I would love it if we could just be quiet and hold each other. There's been some sort of ending and emotional distress, and then, of course, justice and recognition and feeling wonderful. What would this other person like to say to you, Sagittarius? Let's see what that is. I'm sorry I couldn't hear you sooner. Wow. How beautiful. Maybe this other person didn't quite understand the turmoil that you were going through, and you just really wanted happiness. So that's quite interesting. Wow. Now, what could actually bridge this gap moving forward that can really help you? Let's just pull a few cards to bridge this gap for both of you. Wow. So one of you wasn't really hearing each other, and the other person is tired of the arguments and the anguish and just wants to, hey, can we just, drop this down to love here and just hold each other here and go through this? What's going to help you do that? Freedom. I possess the power to be free and the will to create my own happiness. So either that, you come to a beautiful balancing of scales and everything is over, and then you both go your separate ways in terms of having your own freedom. The freedom, or that's the freedom to express with each other and to know that you both deserve happiness, with or without each other. And what will that look like? So interesting. Note your comments below, but freedom, I possess the power of the free will to create my own happiness. So, you're going to have to let me know on how that resonates, because that's quite interesting. Empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of the situation. So empathy is going to be of really great importance through this process, guys. If you want to bridge this gap, it's going to be really important. Now, whether you come together or not, that's your free will, right? And that's what that freedom card is here to say, but to have empathy, to really see each other's sides and to really look at both sides of the situation is going to be important, okay? Wow. Well, this is quite interesting. I can't wait to see what comes up in the second half of the month. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you at the second half of January. Happy New Year. Until then, namaste.